Oh, so that's a new claim. If one accepts Bayesian reasoning, then it makes sense to view epistemology in terms of confidence.
You want to do that?
You want to do that? Let's do that one.
Well, if?
If one accepts Bayesian reasoning, it makes sense to
express things in terms of confidence, yes.
Okay. Okay, so that means you're rejecting Bayesian reasoning.
Yeah.
Okay, but there are competing explanations for things. This is what I understand. There are competing explanations for things. Over time, we develop new technologies, we test hypotheses, we develop maybe hopefully theories, we refine our knowledge of the world, maybe we find out that something was junk science or someone falsified their data or what have you. And so don't you have to have confidence in the explanations?
Specific examples are always really helpful here, because when the Bayesians say, but we have a whole bunch of different explanations and we need to weigh our confidence in them. Firstly, there's
priors.
Priors, and we update our priors. Update our priors often means create a new explanation wholesale. However, it is almost never the case that we have more than one explanation in any given domain. Often we have zero. For example, what is dark energy? What is dark matter? No clue, no one has an idea. Or we have one explanation, in which case it's the only thing that we can make decisions on the basis of. You make a decision on the basis of the best explanation. Usually we only have one. In the rare case where we have two, the very rare case, we do what's called a crucial experiment, which rules out one. I began the conversation about Eddington's experiment ruling out Newtonian theory.
Okay, now, can I pause you right there? So let's say that you're at that juncture and you're not sure which is which. Like you're a sincere inquirer, you're doing your best to figure it out. You don't think anybody's fabricated data. Wouldn't your confidence be 50-50 at that point in time?
But that is trying to express the worldview I'm saying in Bayesian terms. You could say that.
That's correct.
You could say that. You could say it's a 50-50, but then you're also wanting to say, I would want to bet money on each of these and I wouldn't bet money either way necessarily. But the more rational thing to do, rather than saying it's 50-50, is to say, I don't know.
I have no problem with that, but if there are only two possible explanations for a thing, and you say, I don't know, yes, it's honest, yes, it's the best response to that. And if you were pressed on that, if someone said, well, what do you think the odds of this are? Wouldn't your confidence have to be split?
It's never the case that there are only two possible explanations, but it is often, not often the case, but it is rarely the case that there are only two explanations known. And the rational thing to do at that point is not to bet or to talk about probabilities, but rather to devise an experimental test which will distinguish between them.
So you genuinely want to extirpate confidence from the soil of reasoning. Like you just want to completely uproot it.
Yes, because ultimately it's subjective, it's not objective. It is a feeling, an emotion, something that comes from our psychology. Bayesian reasoning ultimately is subjective, psychological, and not rational.